Good evening, Suffolk Ram.
Scariest.
Welcome to episode 277 of the Randos podcast.
277. That's like one more than 276.
Yeah, it is.
One less than the episode we might do next time.
It will be the episode we do next time. It's at that stage now where science think, how many episodes we've got left of the year before? It won't be long before we stop for Christmas.
And we're going to do all of them.
Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
We've got 5 episodes.
5?
5 if you including the Christmas one.
That'd be kind of bad if we don't, really, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, we're going to have that. I mean, let's be honest. We pre-record. I mean, we don't pre-record it at all.
Always live. But what about that Christmas live stream that never just seems to? No, it's live. All of it.
Yeah, it's always live. Yeah, it's always live. So, but this is edited. It's magic, mate.
And someone will go,
magic, mate.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Like, the human race got nuked like fucking 500 years ago. How is Rand Nerds still being broadcast? And how are they still saying it's live?
Just imagine if we got that organised that we basically created enough to last like the next 1,000 years.
So they don't age at all.
They don't. We'd have to just start making games up in the future because, yes. Did you enjoy Half-Life 12? I certainly did. Yay!
Oh, mate, it was amazing.
Yeah, just as good as Call of Duty 1072.
Mate, fuck off. 1072. There'd only be 1072. No.
And do you know what? We could talk about FIFA 2142, and it'd still be the same game it is today.
Same roster as well.
Same roster,
they don't
yeah.
call them rosters, do they? What are they?
Oh, I don't know. Teams, plebs, I don't know.
Them rich people. Same rich people.
Yeah. Rich people who rich dumb people.
That's what's right there. Just as a quick note to all of the sporty people out there who are professional athletes, like, I don't know, people who actually play for the Professional Football League, whatever it is in the UK, and women's football. You do know no one likes you, right? You're walking around like, oh, mate, yeah, we're amazing because we get paid money to play fucking school ball, right?
Yeah.
But no one actually likes you. They cheer, but they don't like you.
I think people like them as a caricature of people rather than actually as a person. They have this fancy. Everybody has this idea of what a football player is, and it's
Somebody
just
kicks a ball around.
Someone who runs around a grass field, kicking a ball a bit, gets a bit muddy, has a slight. If they fall over, they cry for the next 6 weeks.
So what you're saying is so people watch footballers, and they admire footballers because they get to live every day like it's middle school and get paid for it.
I never thought of it like that, but yes.
There you go. Wow. There you go. It's like the old Peter Pan thing. You just don't grow up, man.
I mean, if you speak to them, most of them are not much more mature than a middle schooler.
No, that's not giving middle schoolers very much credit now, is it?
Yeah, but middle schools are quite dumb, so... I mean, I was a middle schooler. I was a middle schooler once, so I know how dumb we were.
Yeah. God, man, that feels like so long ago.
It is so long ago. We're old enough now.
Actually, no. Can we really call them stupid?
We're so long ago, Scaz, that we could have gone through the whole school system twice by now.
Dude, don't. I thought that the other day. I was talking to someone we went to college and uni with, and I was like, yeah, no, shut up. Don't say that. I already feel old and dead inside. Yeah. I don't need to be reminded that was half my life ago.
Yeah, more than half your life, mate.
Shut up.
It's like the one I always like to get people. I always say to them, I've said it on a podcast before, I said, if they made Back to the Future now, it'd be set in 1995.
Oh, mate, no. God, we're old. We're done.
Oh yeah, but fortunately we've ruined the planet for the future generations, so we don't have to worry about it. We'll be just about dead by the time the shit really hits the fan.
Yeah, it's not my problem.
At the moment,
the shit's for years.
At the moment,
you got no control. It's not my problem.
Yeah, at the moment the shit's all slightly speckling near the fan, But when it will be all
Wow, someone's hanging the universe's ass cheeks over the fan blade.
yeah, but they're starting to push it out, but it's not quite left the sphincter. But you can just see it starting to come out.
Oh mate,
But it hasn't quite hit.
we're Turtlehead and the universal fan.
Yeah, but it hasn't quite hit the fan yet. But it's getting there. It's going to be very close soon. But it will be, yeah.
mate.
But we should hopefully be long dead. And my hope is some natural catastrophe will finish us first.
I mean, fingers crossed. As a species, we don't sneeze and let it slip out faster.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. The universe ain't straining. That's coming right through.
Oh mate.
Yeah. I said, what we really want to like a gamma wave burst, just to come and sort of take us out in one like hit, and we won't know about it. That's what we really need.
Wow, mate. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna be chilled out here one day. Next minute, poof, gone.
Yeah, we wouldn't know about it, would you? So it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but right. So what Ram has just gone and said is, your hopes and dreams. Just do what I normally say.
Put them in a little
put it all
box.
in the bin.
You put them in a little box. All you have to do, you package them up really cool and tightly, and then you throw it in the river.
Wow.
And you watch as your hopes and dreams drift off into the distance to meet the sea of disappointment. And eventually probably pass some sewage outlets on the way down as well.
Yep. You'll probably actually be standing by one as you throw the box in.
Yeah, well, you need to get the flow behind it, don't you? How have we got so poo heavy right at the start of the podcast?
Well, we are full of shite.
Well, that's true. That is very true.
And we are so close to being old enough to be able to justify shitting our pants.
Yeah.
And we were I was taking the piss out of middle school footballers. But they've got to be. I reckon they're actually kind of smart. Because if they're managing to get paid all that money and be that stupid, they've done something right.
Look, I've long said the money you get paid does not reflect actually how much you give society.
Oh, noted.
Yeah.
Noted.
And footballers, yeah. All of a sudden, all the high-paying people weren't essential. Strange, that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, all the people earning millions, they're going to be furloughed and have the time off. But somehow, all the essential people all earn minimum wage. It's bizarre, isn't it?
All those peasants.
Yeah, it's really weird.
No, you don't get time off. Get back to work. I need to buy toilet roll.
Yeah. I need to queue for hours to buy 1,000 toilet rolls for my family of one.
I need to buy 1,000 toilet rolls and a fan.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case. I'll be teetering over it later tonight.
I'm reenacting the fate of the universe. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If anyone actually feels like that, if you feel like this, not taking a shite on a fan, like you can do that wherever you do.
Yeah, that's fine. Just do it in your own home. Don't do it in a friend's home.
Or out in public.
Top tip here: don't try and do it with a ceiling fan because that's really awkward to get the angle.
That's just gonna. How's that?
You really need to put some push behind it to get into a ceiling fan,
mate. That's like you'd have to sneeze and shut to get up there.
You need to basically eat a lot of gaseous food, but also quite solid food at the same time, so you get a bit of pressure build up, like a pop gun.
50 tins of baked beans and.
Yeah, so you can build it all up, and then you just go boomf. If your poo doesn't break the sound barrier on the way to the fan, are you really eating enough beans?
If you manage to pull that off, please go and see a doctor immediately.
And just remember, every action is a reaction. You're going to be flying the other direction. Not as far. Obviously, not as fast, but you are going to be moving.
Physics dictates you're probably going to end up with a pretty serious head injury after that one.
This sounds like a Monty Python sketch. Just some guy bent over, just on boof, and then just go flying apart.
Ends up really shit-faced as the fan just...
Yeah. He goes so fast, he somehow goes around the entire Earth, comes back and meets the fan the other way round.
Oh, mate.
He does a low-level orbit.
Oh, mate.
No!
A continental ballistic shitter.
The shit wasn't meant to go on me.
No!
I've been hoisted by my own hubris.
Oh, life is so shitty. If you do feel that way, please go and seek help.
Yes, do seek help. Well, I'm hoping everybody here is enjoying this gaming podcast.
Made everyone feel miserable.
It's the Randnerd's way.
Yet where my saggy nutsack has fucking got caught into a fan whilst I'm trying to take a shite in. Go. Oh, just a safety warning, that is a risk.
But when sitting into a
If you
fan.
duck down too low, you might dangle your bits into the fan. Just be careful.
Yeah. Just make sure when you do it, you get one of those big ass fans that we discussed previously on the podcast.
Oh, mate, those were cool.
I wish I had space to have one. I'd buy one in a heartbeat if I could. Just the fact, when people say, "What's that?" It's a big ass fan.
When
And
shit
I won't be
hits
lying.
the fan, brought to you by big ass fans.
The logo is a donkey with its ass towards you. Just saying.
Shit hits the big ass fan.
I mean, if anybody knows about donkeys and pooing on fans, it must be them because
Yeah, mate.
it makes
Do you reckon
sense.
that's what they do? Do you reckon it's part of their research, like industrial
I
fans?
think it's
and
part of the testing process and quality control.
I mean, you just have to put could you imagine like a donkey in one of those like a harness, and they're just gonna hang it over the fan?
Yeah, hang over the fan, and they put the fan to full speed. And unless donkey poo if it doesn't make it like 100 meters in either direction, it doesn't pass. It's clearly not spinning fast enough.
Isn't it?
It's a parachute. It's how they calibrate them.
What a great test.
When you ring them up, you say you don't ask how many cubic feet of air per minute you want. You describe how far you want the donkey poo to be flung.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Yes, I'll have 20 donkey poo rating. Have we got any viewers? I'm going to check because if we have, I'll be amazed. We've got 4 viewers. Perhaps somebody's enjoying this chat. Admittedly, 2 of them will be me because I have got Twitch open and YouTube open at the same time. So
You've come to the right place.
Randnerd's, where all your latest donkey poo chat.
Yeah. Weird news. Hey, just remember, once upon a time, we used to be champion grave diggers too.
We did. We were camping grave diggers.
So fucking champion grave diggers, shit flingers.
Shit flingers.
Special episode in North Korea.
We did. Oh, that was a long time ago. It was what, 227 episodes ago?
Oh, mate, I know.
Oh,
I know.
Oh, I remember buying all the North Korean flags. I'm surprised I didn't have on a list of Amazon.
Probably are on a list.
Probably. Well, yeah. I mean, if they look at my recent purchases, they're not going to be worried.
They look at your fucking recent purchases and go, he hasn't changed.
No. My most recent purchases from Amazon, because again, I'm gradually steering my inevitable march towards / middle to old age, was to buy myself a new pair of pajamas and some slippers.
Is that what you got for Prime Day?
No.
Did you get anything for Prime Day?
No, because Prime Day was coming up, so I bought them before Prime Day.
Oh, you fool. You could have saved literally a few pence.
Well, that's the thing. Whenever I've looked at Prime Day, I looked at it. It's always been like, well, this is nothing I'd buy. It's like, we've got offers for you. How about buying that thing you bought before, but it should still be working, but you don't need anymore? It's like, thanks.
Oh, mate, don't.
Like, you bought a router 2 months ago. Do you want another one?
Prime Day was rubbing shit in the wounds.
Yeah.
Something chronic for me. Like, do you remember the old Zoom H6?
Yeah.
Like we had when we started the podcast all those years ago. That thing's fucked it, mate.
It's gone?
Yeah, the screens failed on it. The screen started to delam.
I thought they stopped making them. They
have stopped making them.
Oh.
They don't make those anymore. But yeah, mine, the screen delammed, and then Amazon's like, "Hey, do you want some audio devices? £100 off." And I'm like, I really want some audio devices.
Audio devices to scars is like Warhammer models to me. You saw waves.
It's pretty risky. That gets pretty dangerous.
Look at this model of a tank. It's only £55. Like,
yeah, I will say my audio gear is probably cheaper than Rand's Warhammer edition.
You don't call it plastic crack for nothing.
He's like grinding up the spurs. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's a new.
He's got all the sprues and that. Just put them in a blender.
There's a new kill team that's come out, and it's got the tower in it, which is the army of play, and a unique set of models for them. It's like, oh, it's like I'm gonna mine. That will. That'll go.
All the guys
that'll
just
go
hanging outside of Games Workshop.
But you see, the great thing is, I'm just round the corner from Games Workshop. It's literally a 5-minute walk for me now.
I suppose, yeah.
I have to. Whenever we have a fire drill, I'll go into Games Workshop and
You're
buy
saying you
something.
have to resist walking across the street. Go on. Huh?
Well, normally when there's a fire drill, we're stuck outside for like 45 minutes. So I just walk around the corner, peruse through Games Workshop.
Oh, you're up by the market, ain't you?
Yeah.
There's like a wee market up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I keep thinking Games Workshop is still
Near Gerald's, it's not anymore. It's moved.
Yeah. That really threw me off.
That did
one
me.
day, walked through the city and was like, stopped, looked around. I was like, what the fuck are you doing there?
Yeah. Well,
Look,
two
it was
things.
a wandering shop just teleporting to catch me out.
It's changed location. Two, it changed name. They don't call it. It's called Warhammer now, not Games Workshop, because they rebranded the stores Warhammer. Because people know Games Workshop for Warhammer, so they realise the best to do is name Warhammer, not Games Workshop.
Yeah, but I know Games Workshop for Warhammer. Like, I know that they don't just do Warhammer. I'm not that sad. Like, I'm not 12.
That's their big one.
Yeah, but I know your other stuff too, Games Workshop. So I'm gonna go over to your shop. I'm gonna take down the fucking sign and say stop being cunts.
It's now the Blood Bowl store.
Damn right.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We have a half a shelf just over there in the corner in the dust for Blood Bowl.
Half a shelf, mate. That's not much.
They've got lots of shelves. So half a shelf's vegetables.
They've got like a box somewhere out the back. They don't even put it on the shelf. It's like,
in my experience of all Warhammer shops, is half the store is Space Marines, and then everything
I
else.
was about to say that. Like, you walk in, it's like, right. So what do you want? What do you want? Do you want some Space Marines? That's like 2/3 of the shop.
Yeah.
It's like it's all Space Marines. You know, you've maybe got like, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
I play
Marines,
orcs, mate. Well, we've got a box of orcs over there you can have.
Just box of orcs, they're crumpled, like just been like thrown out the back of the fucking truck. Even when the truck arrives, it's all like Space Marines.
Yeah.
So, what paints you got? Oh, we got like Ultramarine Blue.
Oh, they've all been renamed now.
What? Mate, Games Workshop, fuck off.
They changed. Well, I guess right. So they changed like where they made the paints, but all the names were owned. Like trademarks, they couldn't for the paints. They couldn't use those names anymore. So they had to rename all the paints.
Right. Okay.
So like my army, which is painted in, it used to be called, the color used to be called was vomit brown. It's now called Tau Ochre, because that was until they so they started going to a different set of Tau, all their models. They used to be like sort of like deserty coloured, which I much prefer because it's much more interesting. And then there's another sept which was all mostly white, and that seems to become the sort of poster boy now for the Tau.
No, I disagree. I don't like it.
Yeah, I much prefer the brown.
So what we're saying is Games Workshop, sorry, Warhammer, you're doing it wrong.
Pretty much.
Not right. I'm sorry. It's fucking Games Workshop. Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, I still call it Games Workshop when I walk in there, and it's like, oh.
They're all still wearing their Games Workshop fucking things with like a piece of tape with Warhammer over the top of it.
I'm here on my fire alarm break. Let's have a look around. Oh, look, there's a nice talos there. Oh, that's only 30 quid. I'll have that.
30 quid. Like literally the fire alarm goes off. He walks out the building, walks to Warhammer, picks up the model, and just as everyone's walking back in, he's like got his arms full of gear.
Yeah, I do. I just walk in my normal side. Look what I picked up. Yeah.
So has anyone seen Ram? Yeah, he's just gone over there. Don't worry about it. He's safe.
Yeah.
he's never gonna miss a fire alarm, mate. Even if he was trapped in one part of the building,
I'm running,
find
mate.
a way
As soon as that fire alarm goes, I'm running out there because that's more browsing time.
What you're saying is you're sat there with your hand on the fire alarm, just going.
Yeah. If I ever feel that I need some new models, I just walk down and just go boom from my elbow on one of the panels. Like, oh, I guess we're going to have to evacuate now. Oh dear.
No.
Conveniently, 11th edition of Warhammer's been released today. What a lucky draw.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, I'm now going to spend majority of my paycheck buying a box.
A box. Yeah, it's getting that way. It's getting that way. Oh, yeah.
So perhaps we should move on from plastic gaming to virtual gaming.
Oh, I haven't done any of that.
No, I know you haven't, because I'm basically your social life now.
Yeah, no, I was going to say actually, yes, that's kind of the trick, man. Like my PC, dude, it's horrible, right? So before I turned 40, I was like, you know what? I'll put a new graphics card in there, I'll put a new processor in there, and then we're done, right? I'll be able to play everything I want to play, and that's it. And then I haven't done anything. In fact, I just got a notification from my wife saying, "Don't forget Alan Wake 2." I hate to say it to my wife, I didn't launch it.
You haven't played Alan Wake 2?
I didn't fucking launch it. It came up like free on one of those like PlayStation deal things, and I was like, "Yeah, I haven't touched it."
Oh.
PC, I last turned it on when we did the 24 hours. The Linux PC was for the 24 hours. Yeah, this is terrible.
That is terrible.
Upgrade all this gear and go, oh yeah, mate, I've got look at all the stuff I can do. Well, I can do it. Puts it back in the box, puts it in the corner.
Yeah. It's all right. We've got a games.
I can, but it doesn't mean I have to.
So we've got a games day coming up. They'll make you play something.
Yeah, have we decided what we're going to play yet?
We haven't, but I was assuming we're still looking at doing was it FBC Firebreak, just in case they decide to kill it. Although they have updated it recently.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. They were supposed to. So they announced. I'm not going to lie. Remedy. Dude, I was so surprised they said they were going to release that. I'm so surprised.
What, the update?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just say, oh yeah, you know the update, we're binning it off and we're going to shut down this. Because you know what modern games are like now. They either shut down like fucking 5 minutes before they launch. So like they'll be in beta and they'll go, this ain't really working, close it, lose billions or whatever. Or it'll be out for about 5 minutes and it's like, this ain't really working. Players ain't really stick to it. Yeah, but the concurrent player base is fucking huge. Yeah, but people don't like it.
Yeah.
Just close it. It's like, they got one bad tweet.
Or
down.
the other extreme, they have like 12 regular players and it's been updated for the last 30 years and it's still being updated and worked on.
Yeah.
Is Ultima Online still going? Or was that suddenly died?
Ultima
Online, wasn't that still going?
Dude, I think that went ages ago, didn't it? Is that not all fan server based now?
I don't know. I knew it went on for a very long time.
I don't know if Ultima is. I know that Shroud of the Avatar, I think, is still going, which is the spiritual successor to.
Yeah. Evil Online is still going, but I don't think Evil Online will ever die.
No, I don't think so either. I honestly, I think that community, anyone that even threatened to shut that shit down, they'd be. You couldn't do it.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I wonder how easy it is to break into me. My gut says, based on no knowledge whatsoever, my gut says I bet it's probably pretty difficult to get into Eve.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Rando's game nights, here we come.
Oh Christ, no!
Let's form a corporation of 3 of us. I'm sure we can take on the big boys.
Yeah. No. Mate, I like a challenge, but I'm not that. I've been called a gaming addict enough in my life. No, thank you. The amount of time I'd have to put into that game is no. Just no.
Yeah.
I'm getting flashbacks of Valheim. No.
No. Valheim, here is a Hammer Watch.
Yes. Pretty much anything we play on games night, really.
Yeah. Skaz. I do worry about Skaz playing games on games. It's like, Skaz is like, he's like put like 1,000 hours into this. I don't know how he's done that in a week. That's not possible.
Yeah.
Why?
You need sleep, motherfucker.
Why has he done this? Why? Okay.
It needs to be finished.
Yeah, let's finish it for Skaz's sake, because I really worry about him.
Starts twitching, rocking backwards and forwards.
Yeah, he falls asleep and all he can dream about is the title music and the sound of his little play going swish, 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 swish.
I've had stuff like that before. I have had like nightmarish times like that before where I've become so engrossed in a game that it's stuck in my brain.
I had a bizarre dream. Again, this is not game, a bizarre dream about a week ago that involved you. It was very bizarre.
Too.
Yeah, it wasn't that kind of dream. But I don't know why this dream
Were we
came out of this.
podcasting? Did everything go wrong? Did I lose my temper?
No, absolutely not. The exact opposite. We sort of did in a way, but it was in a good way. So
Everything went right.
yeah. Well, so for whatever reason, me and you were going to a Jewish funeral. And
What?
we're going. These are for some reason these Jewish people were friends of yours, and I knew them like acquaintances, but they were good friends of yours. It's like, well, Ram, you come along to the funeral. It's going to be a big thing and stuff. So yeah, okay, I'll go to the funeral with you. So we went to this Jewish funeral, and you were like sort of encouraging sort of like people there, and they're like doing like their talks, speeches and stuff. And you were like, yeah, it's all right, it'll be fine. I was like, I don't know how any of this works. Like, you'll be fine, mate. You're very reassuring. I was really quite impressed. And
Thanks, man.
yeah. And for some reason, at one point, I had to do a reading. I don't even know it's a thing because I don't know anything about Jewish films at all. I don't know because I have no point of reference for this, so I don't know how they work. But for one point, I do a reading, and I had to read in Hebrew, and somehow I got the pronunciation correct. I don't know how I achieved it.
You did really good.
I did do really good, apparently, because there was like this old guy who kept on nodding along sagely every time I said a complicated word. It's like okay.
I approve.
I approve. Well done. You barely know this person, but you can pronounce the Hebrew words well. Well done. And, I don't even know any of the Hebrew words. I don't know. I'm sure. Although there's probably some words in English that are Hebrew, we just don't realise it. I don't realise it.
They're English now. It doesn't matter.
But it then gets weird. Then the problem occurs. Right? Somebody decides to crash the funeral, and this person was. Have you ever watched Loki? Have you watched Loki? Yes. Do you remember? At the Time Authority? Do you remember the character who's like the clock? Like the cartoon clock. Right. So yeah, the cartoon clock. It's basically just a traditional style round analog clock, right? It's orange.
Okay.
Somebody came to disrupt the funeral in like those big mascot costumes of that. So they had their head above 12, but then they had like a hand each like above, like one would be above 2 o'clock, one would be above like 10 o'clock, like out each side, and then they had the 2 legs at the bottom. And for whatever reason, they're protesting the funeral. And me and you said, we're not having this. So when we went and grabbed them, dragged them upstairs, and threw them down the stairs.
Fucking hell.
And we watched as they rolled down the stairs in this costume and banged the head. And then we saw and then it was like, we've done our job. And we went in, everybody was like thanking us for helping out and stuff and that sort of stuff. Like, you're welcome. And then I woke up. So...
Wow, when did you have this dream, Ram?
About a week ago.
Well, funny enough, we did have a couple of funerals about a week ago. Neither were Jewish, though.
Did they get protested by a giant clock?
They may have done. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. Really wouldn't surprise me if they did, given some of the people I know.
Well, there you go.
Ram?
Yes?
I think you might need to go and see someone.
I've had other weird dreams since then, but I won't talk about those because they're a bit too extreme. None of them involved you.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably for the best.
But there was lots of naming and killing, which is a little bit okay.
Ram? Actually, to be honest with you, that doesn't surprise me.
No.
If you said to me you had dreams where you were a serial killer.
But that's the weird thing. I'm one of those people who very rarely remembers their dreams. Like I might remember 1, 2, 3 or 4 dreams a year.
And now he remembers.
I've remembered.
And they're all pretty violent. It's a sign.
Yeah. I woke up and there's 10 dead bodies around me. I dreamed this.
Start another day. Happened again. Push him under the rug.
Yeah. Oops. Turns out some sort of maturing candidate or something. Anyway. Gaming. So, have we still got any of our viewers? Let's have a quick look, see if any of our viewers are still here.
Time to check.
Yep, there's still one here. Hello, whoever you are. Welcome.
There's
Hello.
even more people now turning up, and it turns out it's just like, I don't know, the FBI, CIA,
psychologists,
there.
or just some psychologists all doing analysis on me.
Oh, yep, he's mental. We thought the other guy was mental, that weird hobo-looking guy. We thought he was mad, but no. It turns out the one that you needed to keep an eye on was the other one.
Yeah.
Also, doesn't surprise me.
Thank you, I think.
You're welcome. Gaming?
Gaming? Gaming question mark?
Do we do any of that playing games?
Well, I have been.
Have you? What you play, mate?
So I have played a game called Against the Storm. And it
Sounds
is
familiar. Where do I know that?
It was on your wish list, but that doesn't really say anything.
I was going to say, that doesn't help anymore, man.
Yeah, it's like
Barbie's Horse Adventure is on my wish list.
When someone says like it's a game, when someone says it's a game, it's on your wish list. It's like, do you know how much it doesn't narrow it down? Do you know how useless that is? You might as well say it's on Steam, you know, for how much that helps. It's a roguelite city building game. So you are the viceroy who works for this really angry queen, and there's like this sort of like you're basically going out from like the central city to like reclaim the lands around it. There's something had happened and they all got casually just ruined or whatever, and you're going out to reclaim it. And you do this by building settlements. And how it works is each settlement starts off with there's like a central like half, which is like sort of big heating, and that's like sort of the centre of the city. And all your housing has to be built around that. Other buildings don't have to be built around that, but the housing has to be built around that half, otherwise you get penalties for it. And you start off with a few settlers, and you start off, and it's a very like. It's set like in a sort of forest, these bits I've played of in like a foresty area, very overgrown, so it's quite a small area you're playing in, and you'll need to like cut bits of the forest down to expand your areas.
Yeah.
And what you do is you have like, you're surrounded by these like called glades that are like sort of like in fog of war when you start. And as you sort of like cut through the forest and then access to them, you'll open them up and then you can like start building in them as well. There's also like hostile glades and like forbidden glades stuff which have like events in them which you need to deal with, and if you don't deal them in time, then you basically get massive penalties and so forth.
Sounds great.
Yeah, well, the whole time you're doing this, the queen is pissed at you for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. And
is she pissed at you by default at the start?
Yes. So basically, there's like this bar that basically ticks up, and it's called the queen stuff like impatience. It's basically if you take too long to get shit done, she gets angry at you, and basically you lose. It's basically this constantly increasing timer.
It's a normal woman thing, then. Well, I was going to say, what you want about?
Well, this one is even worse because she'll basically this bar increases if it gets to the top, the game ends. And you can.
Yeah, that's like real life. you deal with a woman long enough, and you don't do your job as quickly as you're supposed to, even though you don't know it's your job. Off with your head comes to mind.
Well, I can't comment on that, so I'm not going to get involved in that conversation.
Lucky,
because I'm smart. Unlike those football players, I'm smart. I don't get pissed off. That's what football players.
Smart, yeah.
That's what you're. Well, I'm smart. Yeah, in it. That's why all football players are divorced. That's why all football players are divorced.
That's why they got married. What do you think half them people marry them?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look at that paycheck.
Yeah. So how you basically complete your settlements is you'll be given like orders, and you have to like, which will be like objectives like, oh, you need to build X, Y, Z, or a certain number, or you need to produce a certain number of goods. You need to gather a certain amount of things and so forth. Lots of X, Y, Zs, and as you complete these, they'll do two things. One, they'll reduce the queen's hatred of you. Two,
Don't lie.
It does. It reduces it. Two, it also you have like almost like an experience bar. I can't remember what they call it. It's something like renown or something like that. Basically, as you get like more, as you're popular with your people in your village, as you like do things stuff, this experience bar goes up. And what happens as you get like little milestones, you'll then be able to like unlock a new building. You'll basically be given like 3 random blueprints, and you have to pick one of them. So you'll get like perhaps different types of houses. So you have like a basic house, for example, which anyone can see, because you have like 3 types of settlers. You have humans, dwarves, and lizards. No, beavers and lizards. Sorry, they're not dwarves, they're beavers. They're beavers, yes. And these are your 3 sort of like races live in your city. And in general, they can do everything, but they have like affinities. So humans are really good at farming and agriculture. Lizards like doing anything with like gathering meat, hunting, butchering, that sort of stuff.
Thieves are really good at getting confused with dwarves.
Yes, exactly. And they're also very good at cutting down trees and mining and stuff.
That sounds like a dwarf thing.
It does sound like a dwarf thing, but not the trees. And so you have to sort of like, and as you like put your buildings in, you can like assign, you have to like also assign workers and so forth to buildings. So if you've got a woodcutter shack, you assign the beavers to the woodcutter shack because that makes sense. Farms you assign humans to, places that are gathering resources, so forth. So all the resources you sort of come across on the map are finite. So they can be used up. So you'll want to put like different shacks in them stuff to gather them. They will eventually get used up or mined or cut down and so forth. So you have to be you do have like limited resources. But the general idea is just complete these orders, and once you do that, your settlement's done and it's complete, and then you can basically finish. You're done. You move on to your next settlement.
I disagree. I've never known a queen to be satisfied.
Well, apparently she does. She likes happy when you're sad. She likes it when you're finished. And
oh, does she now?
Yeah, she does. So, and then also once you've done that, you also will gain experience, like because you are an actual person. You are in charge of. You are the voice, or you are in charge. You yourself will gain experience that you can go back to the city and like spend on upgrading yourself and gaining the abilities and so forth. You also have a house in the city you can go visit and like speak to. I think it's your aunt you speak to, and have a chat with her there and stuff, and then come back out into the wilds. But what I found, you'll love this though, because obviously the game is. Keeps track of loads of resources you can gather, but also one of the most important ones is food. And so, as you're building your city, obviously people eat food and stuff, and you hope so. And it goes, and of course, and as you're growing enough, it goes down. And there was one map where it's all of a sudden I basically had too many people and started running out of food, and people were starting to starve.
And
it's like
Dictopia again.
Well, you say that. What then happened was I completed my last objective. It's like, well done, Voice World. This settlement's now all set up and established and can fend for itself. Time to move on.
Whoops. See ya.
And you know how you have a company and they hire like a CEO who absolutely destroys the company. Then about 2 weeks before it goes bust, he moves to a different company for like bad paying job.
Government.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's what it felt like. It's like, yeah, you've done really well here. Do you want to come work for this other settlement? Yeah, I'll come work for the other settlement. As I walk out, lock the door, and watches and just know that in 2 weeks, everybody's
locks the door and pushes the cabinet in front of the blind. Like,
I know.
See you there, guys.
I know. Everybody's going to be dead in 2 weeks because they're. But it's okay because I've been promoted.
I'll be established by then, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you basically so you build steps, and each settlement doesn't take very long. It takes about the ones I played take about sort of like 30 to 40 minutes to do, so not very long. That's why it's not, to my mind, it's not like a proper. It is a city builder that you're building cities and so forth, but it's not like a normal city builder where you're not constantly expanding and getting bigger and gradually building up. You're doing like lots of little places instead. And that's all the general gameplay loop. You know, build city, build settlements, get better experience, go back, upgrade, come back to the cities. Now you do. As you get better, more experience, you will like unlock building types as you go along. So you start with like some basic buildings in your first settlements, and you will gradually unlock them, and they will then stay, but not all of them stay. Only certain ones will stay. So as you go to your next settlement, you'll have access to more stuff, but not everything that you unlocked to the previous one. You have to hope they come up in this random roll and so forth.
Right.
And that's I suppose where the game sort of slightly falls apart for me, in that. If you need something because you'll get orders, and I'm not sure if the orders are like any intentions behind them. They may say, okay, we want to build X type of this unit. Well, I had a situation where like I didn't have it unlocked, so unless it came up on the random draw, I physically couldn't do it. But I had to complete the orders, enough orders to get through to complete the mission. It's like, okay, well I suppose roguelike these things happen. And you can just like if they fail, you don't sort of start like reload. You just like, oh, that's the attempt failed. Try another one. That's how it tends to work.
And then I suppose at some point you would have been able to just build those units.
I'm assuming so. You get well. See, the thing is, once you basically this little experience bar has a top level. Once it reaches that point, that's effectively the settlement's done.
Right.
At that point, if you can choose to keep playing, but you're going to get no more experience. You're going to, as far as you want to unlock anything else, there'll be no more orders. It just basically the game gets like a steady state at that point, and you can still build and stuff. And it just sort of feels like, oh, you have to sort of move on.
To it.
No, there's no benefit to it unless you want to build a city out. So your settlements all tend to be quite sort of small and half-assed, because there's you're basically
the bare
just
minimum you can do to reach the end of the.
Yeah, you're not trying to build a working settlement. You're trying to just complete the objectives. So you're building stuff to complete the objectives. Like, well, I don't care if it just things. And
it doesn't have to function. It just has to. Yeah.
And there's no real planning required either, because most buildings you can move at will. You literally just pick them up and move them wherever you want them. It's like, oh, I've caught the trees here. I'll just pick the building up and move them over there. And then you can start cutting trees down there. Like, so you do get like events. So each glade you go into will have like most will have like an event. Like it might be some crates you find with supplies in them. It might be like some people who survive in the wilderness, and you can basically you'll usually have like a couple of options of how you complete them. So like perhaps the crates and stuff, you can either break them open for the resources, or you can ship them off to the capital and get some bonuses from like making them happy because you shipped them off. And the same is also for like what they call there were like hazardous glade events. So these will be things like if you don't complete this in time, shit's going to happen. So perhaps like if you don't complete, there's like you come across like some ancient or like there's a company saw like temple and it's like bad mojo, and if you don't like sort of like either burn it down or like sort of take it over or something, that's going to make it hostile, because the forest is also hostile to you. As you cut down more trees, it hates you more. There's like this hostile level that builds up over time, and your people don't like it. They get really upset when the forest gets hostile. So you have to sort of like plan for that as well, not cut too many trees down at once, but then you need to cut trees down to get into the glades, and if you don't get into the glades you can't do the optional objectives, and it's all a bit of a balance, which is fine. I don't mind that sort of balance. That works fine for me. Like I say, you also have to manage your population as well.
That sound a bit risky, Ram. Be careful how you.
Well, you have no real choice over how you get your population. So you gain people one of a couple of ways. You either will find them in the wilderness, or what happens is every so often, a convoy from the city will come past you. Go, hey, we've got some villages here. You can pick which group you want. Whoever you don't group's going to move on to the next town. It's like you're not the only person doing this. Okay. So they're like, so you basically get an option like, okay, you can pick these group mixture of people like humans, lizards, beavers, or these group, but they might have they might come with other resources and so forth. So you get to pick and choose which one you want.
Yeah.
So obviously and towards the end of each level, I find myself picking the ones who've got the least amount of people, because to be honest, there's not enough stuff buildings for jobs to go round. I find as you get to the later part of each stage, so you end up with lots of people unemployed, but they're still eating stuff, which is not helpful.
Wow.
Yeah, we're out here forming settlements. We don't need like a welfare state out here at this time. Can you go back to the main city and have it over there? And
no.
It's like, fuck you then. And you can apparently
do rights, man.
You can also set up trades, because each sort of city's got quite a small area that settlement could be. You can't expand for this. They're quite small maps, but they're like hex shaped. So because on the main map is like a hex map. So basically you have like a world map, and you'll basically pick a hex to build your city in, settlement in, and then you'll complete it. Then you'll pick another hex, jump along, and as you get further from the sort of the city, the main city in the middle, it gets more dangerous and so forth. You also have seasons as well, so there'll be two seasons, like a dry season and a rainy season, and that's when you plant crops and so forth, then they grow and they get harvested and what have you. The other big issue of the game is that there is basically no tutorial at all. The tutorial
is this like an indie greenlight thing? Or?
Don't think so. I think it's a fair. Well, indie's such
Do you not think so because it's a humble bundle thing?
No. It's a. Let's see who. I mean, it's a. So it's made by a company called publishers called Hooded Horse, and it's made by Mite Games. So who's Hooded Horse? They've got quite a few bits on Steam. They published Endless Legend. Something else. They've got quite up Manor Lords. They published Manor Lords.
I'm just curious. I just wondered if this was some of your humble bundle slop.
Possibly.
That's why it's in your basket.
Possibly.
Possibly. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say most certainly, because if it doesn't have a tutorial, that's probably why.
I mean, the game looks really pretty, and it's I mean, there was a huge amount of depth to it. The first is just the tutorial, is the fact that it tells you real bare basics of how to do things.
So it's going to be one of those ones where you end up figuring out mechanics as you get towards the end game.
Yeah, but it'd be nice if it told you. It'd be nice if it told us some of them. It literally says, right, put a wood over to cut wood. Great, okay. Put a stone thing to cut stone. Okay. Off you go then. It's sort of how the tutorial feels like. Okay, how do I destroy a building? It's not obvious anywhere. And when I had to sort of googling to find out. Or like, how do things interact? Again, it's not really obvious anywhere how things interact. There is like a journal. There is like an inbuilt codex to tell you all this stuff. It's all there, but you have to sort of dig through and hide. It's like some of the stuff would have been really helpful to know right at the start. Some stuff like for example, I was so long before I found out that a lot of your buildings use rainwater to run. They use like rainwater to power the machinery and stuff. Okay. And it's not mentioned anywhere. It just says, oh, these use rain engines. Okay, well, how does that? Do they just need to be out in the rain? No, you have to build something to collect the water to then run the engines. Like, okay, that would have been helpful to. If this is such a common thing, that would have been helpful to know.
Yeah, sure.
It's a game that there's so much depth for like every sort of stage of building stuff. I mean, it's just very, once you know how to use the interface, it's actually very helpful. Like you can literally okay, I had a situation where I needed planks to complete a task, and one of these glades, and for whatever reason, every time my people were building planks, they just kept disappearing. And I was like, where are they going? I can't. Why aren't we? Nothing I think needs planks. They're not going to the warehouse. They're not going anywhere else. But it turns out there was a recipe that was using them. Now, the game has got the business that you can search and track down where things are going to just in the menu, so you can track it all down. So the information is there to find. And it's there. So it's good, because there'd be plenty of strategies. I wouldn't tell you that. You'd have to work out yourself by just clicking things and hope you figured it out. This will actually, there's clearly a lot of work put into the UI to make it so that once you know how to use it, the information there. I always think the UI makes me think of, when you get hold of a really complicated, sophisticated program, say that's got lots of, let's say Photoshop. It's got lots of options in it, lots of things, but it can do lots of things that aren't obvious.
Yeah.
But it can do an awful lot of shit. This feels like that. It can do an awful lot of shit to help you along, but you just need to work out where to do it. Yeah. So interface-wise, I can't actually fault it, because once you know how to use it, it does tell an awful lot of stuff. I can't fault it. It does work well in that regards. I think the issue is that the game feels so got a lot of depth to the city building, but each assessment ends so quickly. Mm-hmm. So you either stay on and not get any benefit for staying on, or you just stop before you really feel like you've scratched the surface.
So are there any other modes then that you can play that would benefit you just building a?
I don't believe. Not that I can. I'm trying to remember how when I started the game it gave me the options. I don't recall giving me the options. I don't believe so. No, I think it went straight into the game. I think it's one of those games where you launch it, goes straight into it.
Okay. I
think from memory. So to be honest, I kind of sort of lost interest in it. To be honest, I was I could see what I was like. I could see the potential was there, because the other thing is your half, you can't really you have to have your houses built around the half, which is also a finer area to work in, quite a small area actually. And there's no obvious way I can see how you can make the area bigger, so you are sort of limited to how big you can expand. Maybe it's a case of as you get really late on, you can do a lot more expansive cities and stuff. Maybe they get more colonies, they do build a lot better, but it seems to be a game that's all about making lots of little cities rather than one big one. So it didn't just really work for me. I mean, it's an incredibly popular game. It's the ratings on it overwhelmingly positive ratings for it. It just didn't really work for me. I also have a thing with games. I really don't like games that have time limits. I like to be able to
to just have the freedom to just kind of explore and dick about, dabble, and all that.
Particularly as the time it's real time, because it's literally, it ticks up 0.14 every minute or so. It's how it ticks up, or I think it's every second actually ticks up. And I think once it gets 14 total, that's when it all collapses. So I don't like time limits on the games. I don't like games where I feel like I'm always against the clock. I don't mind so much turn limits because then you sort of like you can plan ahead for them. But when you like, particularly in real time, it's a draw rule. A lot of rule I hate sort of time-based games. I mean, that's not a hard rule that there are time games out there which I do play, which have their sort of times which I don't mind. But in general, I want to be able to have a little bit of a chill. Particularly this sort of game, which is like planning ahead and stuff. I want to be able to have a chill while I'm playing it and enjoy it and sort of take my time building up. Whereas I felt that the whole time I wasn't building a settlement, I was just building something to optimise in a win condition.
Yeah.
And so there's no like, oh, do your own projects type thing, do your own goals and stuff. It's nothing like that, which, to be fair,
that's why it seems weird. Like there isn't another mode that you could play that would allow you to do just that, because most other things sound like, I mean...
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind having objectives and stuff there and having stuff like there, but let you build at your own pace type thing. I mean, so the game looks really pretty. I mean, also it's quite low graphic models because, you know, scale and size and stuff, but it looks really pretty. I think it looks. I think it's a lovely looking game. I love the art style of it all. It just wasn't for me. I found myself. I think I got about 6, 7 settlements in. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I only got to like level 4.
Wow.
I think that's the thing is I sort of
How
like.
long was that to get to level 4?
Oh, only about 4. I played about 5 hours total, so I really didn't get into it at all. I sort of like.
Wow, you say 5 hours, man. That's a long time.
Yeah. But then you bear in mind, you only level up once you complete a settlement. Each settlement takes about 30 to 45 minutes to do. So think of it as like you've played 6 like mini games. You've had 6 runs of like you've played 6 runs at a game. That's basically what you got to think of it as.
I mean, because to be fair, like these days, if a game is like 20, 30 hours long, I consider that a long game.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a very long game.
I also find myself, there were times where I was just like, okay, well, I'm just waiting for things to happen now. There's nothing I can do. Sure. I'm just waiting. I'm just seeing it. Just like it's basically an idle game now. I might as well just walk away and, you know, come back in 10 minutes and hopefully it's figured itself out. So yeah, it's
I get it. That does seem a bit.
I mean, I think that's probably because when I saw like first looked, I thought it was gonna be like a city building game. It's not really a city building game. It's.
You were looking for a Sim City Skylines.
Yeah,
Kind of
and this isn't it. Which is why I don't. This is why I say it's just not for me. Rather than I think it's bad in any way. It's not my sort of style.
Yeah.
And
you see the potential, isn't it? It just hasn't meshed with you properly.
I'm sure. Well, as I can see from the videos, lots of people love it, and I'm sure I can see it being right up people's streets. It just doesn't work for me. But I said it looks pretty. I said, but it's got some interest. You know, I can see what it's trying to do. You know, the randomised picking buildings and so forth. I can see what it's trying to do. And when your cities are up and running, they're so low like polygon graphics, but they're well animated, so they look nice, and you'll see people wandering around and stuff. I think in my head I was thinking it's gonna be more like Timberborn.
Yeah.
When in fact it's not really, and that's probably what it is, because I went, and it's a fatal thing. You went in expecting something, and I got something that's not quite it at all.
Have you played anything else similar to it, or?
I mean, obviously not rogue like this. No, probably the last city builder would have been. I suppose the last game similar to this would have been. I can't remember the name of it. I was playing at the beginning of the year, which was where you had all the survivors on the alien planet. Stranded Alien Dawn, which is actually probably in some ways closer, because although it's a lot more smaller scale, because you're dealing with like half a dozen people.
Yeah.
That worked for me because there's no real time limit, apart from the environmental time limit, because you had to like prepare for winds and so forth. That I've got no issue with. Same Timber, because you got the draft, because like it's a built-in part of the game that it's coming. You know it's coming. You've got to get prepared for it, and you've got to do your best. But it was to pass over at some point. So like your first win stuff, whereas this it just feels like a hard and fast. Okay, once this turn ticks up, you're done, and that feels unfair is the wrong word. It's not unfair. It's a bit like, oh, I can't. I'm sort of like against it now. I can't sort of like plan ahead for it. I can't like go, okay, I need to look at it, because all your technologies and stuff aren't research. They're given to you by unlocking buildings, so you can't. And unless you got those buildings unlocked, you can't do it. Whereas you can't like, okay, look at your research and go, I need this. I need to get this sorted so I can gradually get here. It'll be a challenge, but I need to get there. But yeah, I I could see it being very popular for lots of people, just not for me. So, yeah. And I think currently on Steam, it is currently on offer. It's on offer at the moment on Steam for $12.49, half price. Normal price $24.99. And to be fair, I'm going to say, if this sort of game you'd like, I think actually it's so heavily detailed. Actually, 25 quid is probably fair. Yeah. For what it is, if that's your sort of thing.
Given that you've actually said it's not your groove, that you can still see its potential and say the full price is worth it. That's pretty cool. That's got to be pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very much. Yeah, it's a category of not for me, but I think in the same way, like people love historical dramas or historical like period dramas. Not for me, no interest, but I can see how people would like them.
Sure. All right.
There we go. And it's got a demo as well if you want to give the demo a try.
I was actually then about to ask, does it have a demo for people to actually see if they get a taste for it? Because I would imagine that would be a rough one to go, well, I think I might like that.
Yeah, there was a demo. I just think, so I've noticed that nearly every game on Steam has a demo now. I don't know if this is like a Steam thing, whether I actually like to differ, because normally a demo is like the engine, but like a cut-off section of the game type thing. But every game seems to have it now all of a sudden. It seems to suddenly appear on every single game. And I'm just wondering if maybe Steam's doing a thing where like it restricts how long you can play it for, something to give you a taste, maybe.
So the stuff, I don't know, because we've had this kind of discussion before, but I've noticed that, there are more demos now, because even Nintendo are bundling more demos for people to play. However, what I will say is, if game devs, if you're going to make a demo, right, don't make it of like, oh, hey, here's like level 3 or some random thing like that. Can you give me the intro to the game?
Yeah.
Like, just give me the first, however long you decide, like the prologue of the game. Give me that. And then if I buy the full game, let me continue from my demo save.
Yes.
Like, let me save at the end of the demo, please. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Or I started to notice a lot of companies were doing that a few years ago. I think like Octopath Traveler was one of them, and I don't remember like another game that did it as well. But like they'd get the demo was literally the intro to the game. You play it, you play the intro. It's over. I mean, it doesn't give you the full like set of characters or whatever to pick at the start. But like let's say you've got like, I don't know, 5 characters, they might give you 2 or 3 to pick from. You can. You pick one of those characters, you go through, you get to the end of the demo, and it goes, okay, now save. Start your game. You buy the full game because you like it, and it goes, oh hey, we've noticed you've got a save for the demo. Do you want to carry your character over? Yeah. Like, do that, please.
I've seen one. I'm trying to remember which game it was, which I thought they did a very clever idea. And basically, the demo was like a prequel to the game, so you didn't need to play it to play the game, but you played it, and it was like, okay, so the game starts here. You don't need to play this bit to understand the game, but this demo is actually like the prequel to it. So you get the trial
like
mechanics.
An optional extra. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's
so like all the same mechanics and stuff like that, but it's just kind of like an optional episode.
So it's like okay, and it gives you a little bit. It gave a little bit of story. So like as you got to the end, it was like okay. Now playing the Bitbook game, there's a couple of references I now get because I played the little prequel bit. For life,
I quite like that.
Yeah, what game was it? It was a long time ago. What game was that? Oh, I mean, I've seen it a couple of times with Telltale style. I say Telltale, like Venture style. Telltale got famous for their style of game. I've seen a couple of other people who basically like give the first episode for free, and then you pay for episode 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is a similar thing. I really wish I could remember the name of this game. I can't. It'll come back to me when I'm having a shower later, I reckon. If so, I'll put a note in the show notes if I remember which game it is. Or if you remember which game that I'm thinking of, tell me.
Someone please tell him, because I have no idea.
Yeah. Or have I just dreamed it? That's always a possibility. I'm getting old. I'm getting old a little bit sick. I'm starting to get to that age of serenity. So maybe I've dreamed it. Who knows?
You've got a bad case of dimensions, mate.
Yeah, very bad case of dimensions. Like a man with a broken ruler. But yeah, there you go. Well, that was all I wanted to talk about. So unless there's anything from yourself, Scaz.
Nothing, Governor. Hopefully at some point I'll get to warm up this PC again.
Yeah, hopefully so. Well, in that case, I suppose it's time to wrap ourselves up for the evening. So I want to thank everybody who's joined us this evening. Hope you've enjoyed this. You can
All the
join us,
psychologists.
all the
You're welcome.
psychologists, yeah. You know, please do send me the reference emails and stuff, and I do some discount codes so I can get like some serious help about things. So we all hope that you join us. Okay, assuming the donkey doesn't have a poo, we hope you all join us next time. So our next podcast will be on the 23rd of October at 18:30 GMT +1, but it's going to be the last one for this year +1 because a few days later the hour goes on, off, back, something.
One of them.
One way it happens. We'll check to make sure we'll get it, and we're going to have everybody's jet lagged. So come join us on youtube.com/roundnotes for that, or twitch.tv/roundnotes for that. We've also got a games day planned for the 26th of October. We're probably going to be playing FBC Firebreak, not confirmed yet because we need to check with our colleague.
Yep.
But we are looking to play that, and I'm hopefully stream that all day long. That should be running between 10 and 4, and that will be just GMT because that's when the hour goes back. So come join us on, again, twitch.tv/roundnerds, or you can join me on my channel, which is twitch.tv/SufferGram. I don't know. Yeah. So come join us for that. So once again, thank everybody for joining us. Thank you everybody for joining us this evening. For me, the SufferGram.
Scariest.
We'll see you in a fortnight.
Take it easy, guys.